Hey, baby. So, today, as a part of part one of our Matthew chapter 6 six-part series, we are going to be talking about the importance of creating a prayer life, okay? It is so important because in order to hear God's voice, you're going to have to create that prayer life. A lot of us, I have seen, read comments. I tell you the truth, shoot. There's been plenty of times where I say, I don't know what he's talking about. Let me tell you something before we even get into it. If it's peace, that's God's voice. If it's confusion, that's not God's voice. So don't even feed into the confusion part. Feed into the part where it's peaceful, okay? It is so important to create a prayer life. I haven't always been like this. I have been very much lukewarm. I have been living in sin, living in my flesh. But God delivered me from so much, y'all, because of a prayer life. And that's why I'm here today to tell you this year, in the year of 2025, you have so much that you want to do, but you don't even know if it's your will or God's will. That's why you need to create a prayer life. You sitting up here still holding on to things that was done in 2024, some mistakes, some lessons, some people leaving you, whether it was eternally or people that still here on this earth. You need to create a prayer life in order for God to give you some peace, in order for God to give you some deliverance. So, first, when you're praying, you have to go to God in private. You have to go somewhere secluded, whether it's your car, whether it's the bathroom, whether it's your closet, wherever you at, you know, just make sure you make that a prayer space. I'm not telling you to make a prayer, like a prayer room. If you want to, that's fine. As for me, I pray all over this house because I never know what the enemy is doing, but I know that God is doing something too, okay? So when he tries something, I know my God doing something. Matthew chapter 6, verse 6 says, "But when you pray, go away by yourself, shut the door behind you, and pray to your Father in private. Then your Father who sees everything will reward you." When you're praying, you do not have to look a certain way. You do not have to act a certain way. You do not have to have a long prayer because God don't want all that. He will tell you, I don't need all that, baby. I know your heart. I created you, remember? I know every single thing that you're doing, but you got to come to me. That heart has to align with that connection. That's all that matters. You got to come to me in private. Start going to your sisters. Start going to your mama. Sometimes you can't go to them, but you have to go to God in order for him to deliver you from that thing that you're burdened down on. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure you go to God with humility and trust. You trust that he's going to turn your situation around. You trust that you can cast your cares to him. You trust that he's going to make a way out of no way. You trust that he's going to deliver you from that addiction, from that sin, from your flesh, from that person that you're holding on to. But you go to him in prayer, okay? And sit in some stillness. You're going to have to practice that too. I had to learn that. When I was on that fast 5 days, I had to sit in stillness almost every day. So wherever you at, like I said, just make sure it's secluded. Make sure that the door is shut. And make sure that you're open and you're vulnerable. And God, he will help you, baby. I pray that this year, in the year of 2025, you learn how to create a prayer life. Because let me tell you something from last year. A lot of things I was doing on my own will, and a lot of times I was going round and round and round in circles. A lot of us believe that, God is taking us through things and it's our decisions. Some of the things that we go through is because of our flesh. I'm not even about to lie. Some things can be a test from God to see if you're going to be obedient, to see if you're going to give up. Some of the trials and tribulations that you go through are going to be from the enemy, because a lot of us have a curse on our lives, and that's passed down from family. It didn't start with us, but guess what? It can start with us to break it. It can start with us to create that prayer life. It can start with us to get up early in the morning and create a routine before we, take care of our kids. We fill our spirit with the Holy Spirit. And I can tell you all of this because that's what I've been practicing for a year. Y'all, I used to be lukewarm. I used to be out here doing anything and everything with my old friends. I used to smoke a lot. I used to do so much. And it wasn't doing nothing but just hurting my flesh. It wasn't doing anything. But once I started creating that relationship with God, once I surrendered to God, things started to get so much better. And I want to tell you this before I end. If you can't find the words, get you a journal. Get you a journal. I have some journals on my Etsy shop, Inspired by my favorite scripture, Psalms 46:5. God is within her, she will not fall. You can click the link in my bio and purchase one. But if you cannot find the words, you can definitely write them out. I have a bundle, like bundles of journals where I have like written prayers in those journals, and God has delivered me from the things that I was praying for, the addiction, the poverty, everything that I have prayed for. So get you a journal, baby. How did y'all like this? I pray that this touched someone. I pray that you create the prayer life in the new year, and I pray that you know that God will never leave you nor forsake you, okay? I can't wait to see y'all for part 2, but until then, please follow my YouTube. I keep saying follow. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Please follow me on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you find this video at. My name is The Courtney Flowers, and I love y'all. And God bless y'all. See you later.